Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're listening to Stripper by Achille, Lauro or Achille, I don't know, from San Marino. And I actually know for a fact that I guess this guy isn't from San Marino because I recognize this guy from San Remo. And I remember not really caring for his song in San Remo, so I'm praying and hoping that this one's gonna be more up my alley. Let's listen to what it sounds like. And like with Romania, we've got a national final performance again because they haven't submitted a music video to the EBU, I guess. So we open with a rhythmically engaging guitar riff. It's very, palm muted. Adding the contrast on the rhythm guitar, lands on the backbeat. Elevation melodic there. They play around a lot with the palm muted guitars. It's only power chords we've got so far. But who needs thirds, right? Okay. The power isn't quite there with just the music here, but I think the drumming could have definitely added more drive to this. The guitars are kind of just on each other, not a lot of variation there. I also think that the chorus isn't really melodically too engaging or rhythmically really engaging. I need something more to take me into this one. I think the guitar and the drums work well together in the verse. Can we add more in the drumming? Some more energy? Some detailing on the second guitar? Kill the backing track. Guitars have a very specific sound to them. It's very 80s, 90s inspired, I think, from hard rock music. This chorus, though, is super repetitive, isn't it? It's just the same melodic line repeated over and over and over again. And the guitars do the same thing as well, and no rhythmic variation either. I'm disappointed by that. Need more energy in a rock song like this. This riff is gonna drive me crazy soon, because I'm gonna hear it in my sleep. Okay, here we go, something. There's like a variation in the beat here, so we land on the backbeat instead. That's really nice. And the guitar is doing some soloing here. Not really any elevation in the final chorus either. We're really just relying on the whole concept that's been set from the previous choruses, and since I'm not a fan of them either, this just falls flat for me. I mean, so what I really think the strength of this song is probably him as a performer, because he's enjoying himself on stage, that's for sure, and he's very charismatic. But this is just, I don't know, I think just melodically and rhythmically this does absolutely nothing for me, because there's really nothing for me to latch onto. It's overly repetitive in the guitar riffs, I really do think so. This guitar riff is just constant. And due to its kind of, it's a cool riff if you have it like twice played in the opening or something and then joins in after the chorus again. But when you rely the entire song on the same rhythmic riff, I'm just kind of losing interest a lot. And even though it's well played and it has a pretty distinct sound to it, it's just this whole feeling of not really getting a lot of energy from it, because it's just the same thing over and over again, kind of. There needs to be a little bit variation, either that you change up the chords, or you add some harmonies to the guitar, or you move up the. At least you could you could kind of change the chords. So that's really the main thing. But also you could definitely switch up the rhythms to make it that the first time around you have it in a specific rhythm, and then you could kind of add a hit on a backbeat, or you add a break in somewhere in your strumming pattern, It's just the same strumming pattern and the same melodic intonation on the guitars throughout, and I just get really, really uninterested in that. And then the vocal does kind of the same thing. It works with the guitars in a similar manner because the vocal melody is also identical to itself continuously throughout. So I'm just really not getting I'm not getting invested into this at all, because it just feels like the same thing over and over again. It sounds quite of a lazy expression of what I'm feeling, but it's really just that kind of setting I'm getting from this. Some parts of this, there are cool ideas. I'm liking the sound of it because it's very kind of nostalgic to when I was a kid and I played Guitar Hero. The songs back then, they had this kind of sound on the guitars and the drumming, and it's quite, just bombastic in that sense. But I'm not getting the drive from it. I'm not really getting the variation from it. I just think it falls flat and becomes kind of a filler rock song more than just actually standing out. I think his performance is what makes it stand out, like how he acts on stage and such. But the song that's just there on its core, it's not quite matching what I think they're putting off here. And that's just really what I'm feeling. Yeah, stage presence is one thing, but you need to also have a song to back it up, I think. And this song absolutely does not do that for me. I think it's quite a poorly written song, in all honesty. And I'm not getting invested into it at all. So it's a shame. We've had some rock songs this year, and I haven't really latched onto any of them. And last year we had 2, which I loved. So it's kind of looking on the downside right now. But I really do think that in order to, really create a solid rock song that should stick with at least me as a listener, you need the melodic variation. You need a sound design that's actually supposed to really just latch onto the audience. There needs to be an atmosphere built, and this whole little soundstage world that you have established for the listener, because you can't just throw in a guitar riff and some drumming on top of it and just say, well, we've got a rock song here because we have distorted power chord guitars and a drummer who adds energy behind it. It's just not that easy. You need to set the tone. You need to establish and build a world that this song is supposed to live in. You need to vary the instrumental. There needs to be atmosphere and ambience. And then you can establish these more powerful hits, like how the guitars should sound, how we should incorporate the drumming and what patterns to use. And also, just strumming-wise from guitars and for the bass, variation. Maybe even harmonies. It's cool that they add in guitar solos and additional riffs here and there, but it's not a part of the same little world here. Or if it is, the world is so tiny that it just doesn't become a point of it. That's really just how I feel. I'm kind of sensitive with rock music because I'm really heavily invested into it, and I just want it to be really good for and a good fit for what I like about it. But there will be people who like this approach as well. So I'm looking forward to reading what everyone has to say about this song in the comments. Please do leave a comment with your opinion on it. I'll look forward to reading it. Other than that, I'll really hope to see you in the next video, where maybe I'll be more positive. Let's hope so. Take care of yourselves until then, and bye bye.